Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 3 of the horror movie challenge. I've done, uh, I didn't do a whole lot this week. I only did 3 movies, Happy Death Day 1 and 2, and The Shed. And I wasn't impressed, and both of them kind of left me really kind of depressed about the horror movie genre as a whole. Um, but I've kind of come to find out what it is that I don't like about horror movies. And it's because I'm such a cinephile that I figure out different ways of people surviving and the plot and how to move forward. And if it's just uh, blood and gore and people dying or whatever, it doesn't keep me entertained. But I was thinking about it from a different aspect because I do love action movies, and action movies, in a lot of ways, do mimic the horror movie genre. But my question to myself was, what's the difference? And I think the difference is in the choreography of action. Now, I'm not saying that like every action movie is heads and above like any horror movie, but what I've come to realize is that the action choreographers do a lot of behind the scenes work to kind of push the story forward. So, take for instance Ninja Assassin. Ninja Assassin is probably one of the worst written movies I've seen in a while. But I love it because of the action choreography that goes into the story. Um, Same thing for a movie like Drive. The stunt driving in the well, Drive is an interesting one because it has a great. It is a good story. It is action driven and it does have a narrative plot. Um, it's the choreography that pushes the story beyond just what the actors can do. So the choreographers kind of put themselves, so there's signature choreographers that put themselves into certain movies. So it blends into different avenues and areas. So I'm coming to realize what it is that I don't like about horror movies. And it's just that extra added kind of twinge. And I thought about the same thing for romantic comedies and what else did I compare those to? It was romantic comedies, horror movies, and well, both of those two are at the bottom of my list. So I don't really dig those genres too much because I really do feel that it really does take a lot to for the actors to convey a lot of emotion outside of physical action, and it's hit or miss for me sometimes. So, Happy Death Day 1, I was almost rooting for the killer to kill her. I figured out the plot by like death number 3 or whatever, and Happy Death Day 2, I was annoyed. Like I was watching the same movie with different twists, and it absolutely aggravated me, and it was terrible. The Shed, um, it didn't impress. It was not scary to me. It just seemed too forced for everybody to just rag on this kid, and I was like, adults and kids don't see this. Like, what? It just frustrated me. I don't have high hopes for the rest of these movies this week. Um, I take that back. I do have high hopes for two. Terrified and Terrifier are on deck for Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll see how those turn out. Scary clowns in foreign language. Those might do it. Um, but we'll see. Um, in general, I think I've figured out what it is about horror movies that I don't like. and it's that extra choreography piece that action movies have, like whether it's gun choreography, hand-to-hand martial arts choreography, tracing, which is free running choreography. Any of those, like it's just that extra added step for people to come in and just kind of show what they can do and can't do off screen. So that's kind of where I've landed this week. Um, in general, um, this horror movie challenge does not change my opinion uh, on horror movies at all. There are still some good horror movies out there, um, but the vast majority of them for English language films uh, just don't cut it for scaring me. Foreign language definitely hits the mark nearly every time. I don't know what that is, and I think I may try and dive into more foreign language horror films for real scares. But we'll see. I don't know. Do what you want. Forget about the rules. Signing off.